Alright, so we got a couple of updated products from Flywoo. These are the, well, you've seen these on my channel before. This is the CineRace20, now version 1.2 that you're looking at, and the Flywoo Baby Nano. This is also now version 1.2, and so I'm just going to point out the differences. I will link the original reviews in the video description if you want to go back and check them out. So we'll take a look at the CineRace20 first. So obviously I have different colored prop guards now, or ducks, and they've updated the camera cage here because that broke on my original review. They have new material here that is supposed to be stronger, and it does appear to be more robust than the original. So of course you can buy these parts all separately as well. The version 1.2, obviously you can buy it in the bind and fly, plug and play, all those versions, plus you can get the frame kit. And obviously the big difference there is the LEDs here, and it comes in different colors. So you have different color LEDs and different color LEDs with different colored ducts and different combinations. So if you go to this site and check the links, you'll be able to see all the different color combinations that you can get. But let's go ahead, I'll show you how bright this is. It's super bright. And let me turn down the exposure. Okay, so I had to turn the exposure way down, but you can see here, basically it's a LED strip that goes all the way around. It's like a little tiny one. And one thing to note here, I want to show you is when you install this, I installed this myself. You can notice there's a little dark part right here. I didn't notice that there was like these little lines you're supposed to cut the strips at, and I just cut it where it ended here instead of at the line. I should have just let it go all the way in, and then if I did, then this part right here would not be dark. But that's just a mistake I made. I believe if you buy the frame kit, if you buy the frame kit, you have to install this yourself as well. This only comes pre-installed on the bind and fly or plug and play versions. But super bright here. I'll show you a little clip of me flying around a camera in a dark garage, completely dark garage. And yes, if you're flying these at like a race or something, and you're chasing other cine races, you're going to definitely see it in the camera. It'll probably look pretty cool, especially on some of those LED tracks. But anyway, the LEDs are powered off of this tiny BEC here that is powered off of battery voltage, and you need 4S voltage. So this runs off 4S. If you're running off a 3S battery, the LEDs don't work with this BEC. Doesn't power it up, and basically battery voltage comes in, and then I'm not exactly, I think it's 12 volts that comes out of the other side. And there's a little switch here, so if you want to power up your quad without the LEDs draining your battery, and it's not really that negligible, maybe you lose about 10-15 seconds on a 450 4S, just turn that off. And so if you're flying during the day or whatever, don't care about the lights. And so you have a nice little on-off switch there if you want to conserve your battery a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. You just have different combinations of colors for LEDs and ducts. They have a new camera cage here, but otherwise everything else is the same as far as I know. They haven't told me of any other differences. And obviously you can buy the LEDs by themselves as well. So if you have the old version 1, you can buy the LEDs. The LEDs will come with the strip plus the BEC part here as well to power the strip. You just have to wire that up to your battery or your battery lead. The other thing that came out, this actually came out a long time ago. I just haven't made a video about it, so I might as well just talk about it here. So this is the Baby Nano. The original one didn't have this Insta360 Go 2 mount. It was just actually no camera mount here at all. So the version 1.2 has this new mount. I think it has a Go 1 and a Go 2 mount for each one of the Insta360 Go's. And then they updated the frame, and this was a request from me. I wanted to have the battery sideways like this, so they changed the frame so that you can put the battery strap front to back, so you can put your battery in sideways. So the new 1.2 comes with the updated frame and the mount for the Go 2. And yes, it does carry it around. In fact, I was flying this around with these GNB 720s. So these are the actually the same batteries I use on the Mob Light 7 build that I did a while back. Actually, the reason I built this is because I knew that these 0802 motors could carry the Go2. I wasn't really sure before, but once I flew this around with the Go2 and this 720, I was like, oh, I'll just convert this guy over, made a little mount, and voila, it works. This actually flies quite a bit. Actually, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, if you want to see this video, I'll link that in the video description as well. But that's kind of like where this one came from. Is this? I actually knew that it would work because this noticed the same props, the gem fans, and I'm using the same battery too. So if you're wondering what inspired that build, it's mostly because of this little guy, and I already knew it would fly totally fine on a 1S setup. So I'll link that battery as well. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have a hard time finding that. I think Pyrodrone still carries that, but that's pretty much it. I'll link all the videos that I talked about in the video description. But I just wanted to show you guys, what's been updated from Flywoo on these new models. They're not really new. They're actually older models, but they updated. I'm not really sure why they went with version 1.2 instead of 1.5. Obviously, calling it a version 2 is kind of a stretch. So I think 1.5 would have been fine, but yeah, they're calling it version 1.2. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you in the next one.